sentence or sentences, my cat is lazy, she likes to sleep on the couch, we can hear, remember we are, oh, here comes a friend coming on. I was gonna say we can hear who it's about, right? Who is that sentence about? My cat, right? My cat is the subject. My cat is lazy. And then that tells us what they're doing. They're lazy, right? My cat is lazy. And then I say what she likes. She likes to sleep. Where? On the couch, right? The only thing I could have added is during the daytime, you know, saying when it was, right? So in those two sentences, my cat is lazy, she likes to sleep on the couch, we hear who it's about, what it's about, how they're feeling, and where they are. Pretty cool, right? So that's what I kind of want us to think about when we're writing a sentence or sentences, that they have a meaning to them, okay? And like I said yesterday, like I said today, yesterday we started with words. Today we're going to start with a picture, okay? And it's going to be a quick sketch. Do you know what that means? It means that we do not take our time on it and we don't spend the whole time drawing the picture. We take about a minute to draw the picture. But first we have to think, what do we want to write about? I put a couple of ideas because what I'm using here is this magnetic sight word sentence board from Lakeshore. I'm not using the actual board, but I'm just using the magnets to help us. Here were some subjects that I kind of thought might be kind of cool to write about. I was thinking we can write about like the flower and the butterfly and the caterpillar and the ladybug, because those go together, or something like that. Or maybe the nest. What do we think? Thumbs up for writing about a nest and maybe a bird in a tree? Or maybe about writing about a caterpillar or some bugs? I like it. So I'm thinking we start by drawing a picture of a tree. Actually drawing a picture of a tree, and in the tree is going to be a nest. Okay? So here's what it's going to look like. You're going to take your pencil. I'm only using one color. I'm not going crazy coloring. And I'm going to draw something about a tree and a nest. Maybe there's an egg in your nest. Maybe there's baby birds in your nest. Maybe your nest has a turtle in it instead of a bird. Maybe your tree is a palm tree. It can be anything you want, but what it has to be is a tree with a nest. Okay? That's your first goal. Ready? You have 1 minute to draw a picture of a tree with a nest, and try to make it as detailed as you can. I'm going to do the same thing, okay? Here we go. Let's try this. Look. Does that look like a tree so far? Maybe I make a branch. Yeah. Maybe some grass. Maybe you have a sun. That tells you where or when it is, right? When we have a sun or a moon, maybe it's nighttime for you and it's an owl's nest. You could do that if you want to. Oops, I'm going a little bit too detailed. I'm starting to make birds. I probably shouldn't do that. It'll be too confusing for now. All right. How we doing? We have a picture of a tree with a nest. However you'd like. Fabulous. I like the grass, ma'am. That looks great. Now, when we do writing at school, sometimes we use a curriculum called Lucy Calkins, and she suggests for this age group that you start drawing the picture first, because what's happening in our brains, boys and girls, is that we're starting to put a story together in our minds as we're drawing these pictures. And we're starting to even think about those sentences that we could write in the picture. Yes? So I have a tree, I have a nest. You know what I think we could add? Maybe next to the tree could be a flower, maybe. Ooh, I like your tree. It's big. That's awesome. And I see the twigs coming off of it. That's cool. Maybe next to it I have a little flower. Actually, it's kind of a big flower. This must be a sunflower. Fabulous. Okay. So if you're not done drawing, it's totally fine. You will always be able to add to it. But what I want you to do now is I want you to look at me, because we're going to think about the words that go to this story now. Okay? And since you're at home, if you want to change some of the words around, or you want to make something a little different, and you've got someone there to support you, fabulous. Your story does not have to be exactly the same as mine. It can be a little different. I like that. I see somebody has some worms under the ground because they remembered my story with worm weather and looking for worms. That's funny. So now we're going to think about the words. Yes, you have your picture. Now you should have a space to write some words. Okay? You can use a whiteboard like this, or you can use paper. What could we write? Well, as kindergartners going into first grade, you probably start thinking about some sight words you know to start getting you started. Oh, I like that. It looks like it might be a race car or something going about to crash into the tree. Oh my, something like that. You can explain it to me after with your words, okay? Awesome. I cannot wait to hear it. We think about words that we know first. So, for example, we might say, look at the nest, or look at the tree. Can you say that? Look at the tree. Just say it out loud. Look at the tree. So here I've got some sight words to help us. Do you hear those first three words? Look at the. Now you do it. I'm going to put it down and I'll bring it back up a couple times, but I want you to say it. Look at the. And I want you to try it first. And I'll hold it up a couple times, but you try. Look at the. Are you writing it? Good job. Look at the. I'm going to write it on here now too. Look at the what? What are we looking at? Tree, right? Look at the tree. That's the biggest part of our picture, right? So that makes sense to write. Look at the tree. Now, if you watched another video or you were in my phonics group, tree. How might you write tree? Tree. What do you think? Maybe something like this? Yeah. Tree. This is a weird beginning. Sounds super silly. Tree. Look at the tree. I might even put an exclamation point at the end because I'm excited about telling you. Right. Look at the tree. Okay. Now what? What do you see? I see a what? Say it out loud. I see a. What do you see? Do you see a nest? Nest? see a nest. I'm going to write it bigger so you can see it better. Yeah? Or maybe you're writing something different, like I see a flower. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, because you wrote tree. I see a nest, but you could also write and a flower if you wanted to. I see a nest. Yeah? Look at the tree. I see a nest. Look at the tree. I see. Do you hear how I'm saying it over and over again? I see a nest. I see a nest. Look at the tree. I see a nest. What do you think? So far, so good? Now it's your choice to decide what you want to write next. You think about it. Is there a bird in your tree? You might want to say, I like the eggs. You could say something like, I have a flower. Right? You can pick whatever you want to write about for this last sentence. I am going to write, I like the eggs. I love that. Look at the car and tree. That's great. I like that you used a contraction. You used and. That's amazing, sir. Really nice job. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Really good. Look at the tree. I see a nest, or I see a flower. I see a sun. I want to know, what are you going to write next? I see a picture where there are some people labeling. And so while you're writing, I want to start to label some of the things that I'm seeing that you're labeling. I see somebody, oh, wonderful, labeled the tree. And she took the arrow and went like this. Tree. I see somebody labeled a bird. And it looks like you might not have known how to spell bird, so you just went like this. But I challenge you to try to write bird. Bird. What do you think comes next? Bird. Right? And I also see somebody else who showed me a picture where they have a picture of them also, maybe standing next to the tree, looking at it. Yeah? Does that look like Miss Jenichen? Maybe it makes sense if I'm in the picture, right? If it says, look at the tree, I see a nest. I love that you tried to write birds. Yes, you go, girl. You want to see how she wrote birds? It's perfect. B-R-D-S. Fabulous. The one letter that you're missing is there's an I right after the B. But it's a very quiet I, because the letter R can be very bossy sometimes, and you can't really hear the I sound. And it actually looks like this, with a little I right in the middle between the B and the R. But I am so proud of you for showing me that you could use your brain and sound it out. Bird. Okay, so when we're writing, we first think, what do I want to write about? We use words we know, like look at the, I see a, I like the, right? I might end with I like birds. Yes? If you have 3 sentences like I do, that is that is amazing. I'm so proud of you. If you've got 2 sentences, if you've got 1, so proud. Love that picture. Look at that detail, sir. Oh, that's like a first grade drawing. Love it. Yes. Perfect. Let's read what I wrote together. Okay, so if you're writing right now, it's okay. Put it down for just a second and let's read what I wrote, and then I'll give you some more time, and then we can even do some troubleshooting. So if you want some help spelling something, I can help you. So let's see. The first thing we did was we drew a picture. We thought of a subject. There's a nest and birds and a tree. Yes? You thought about what you wanted to write about first. Next, you started with words you know. Look at and you tried a hard one, tree. And then you added detail. I see a nest. And then you finished with one last sentence. I wrote, I like the birds. Okay? Give yourself a high five. Self 5. Because you did awesome. Now remember what I said. I love that it says, I see the unicorn. You went totally off. That's amazing. So look at the unicorn, or I see the unicorn. What is the unicorn doing? He's under a rainbow. She, or she, whatever. She's under the rainbow. Try it. She's under the rainbow. That looks great. Who else would like to show me on the screen? Oh, I love that you fixed your spelling of the label birds. Fabulous. I like it. What a creative tree. Fabulous. All right. After we write, we always reread what we wrote, right? Just like you saw me do. Because if I make a mistake, then maybe I can fix it. Okay. Very nice job. At this time, you can add some more detail. Oh yeah, I see a nest. Perfect, you got your 2 sentences. I see the car and the tree. I see the nest, or look at the car and the tree. What's the last thing you're gonna write? He's going to crash. Or it's going to crash, because it's pointing toward the tree, huh? All right. If you'd like to show me your writing, what you've got so far, can you hold it up so I can see everybody? I want us to, oh, you got a treat for when you're done, huh? Can I see them? Everyone hold them up real quick, all at once. I just want to see how they look. I'm going to take a little thing here. Oh, Liam, can I see? Hold it up. Quick, 3, 2, 1. Nice. You did amazing. I love those labels. You labeled the nest and the tree, the most important parts. That's great, Declan. Okay.